So the number one cause that brings children to be severely injured and brought to this hospital is that they're involved in a car crash. And once a child is in a car crash, the number one factor that's going to determine whether and how badly they are injured is how the child is restrained. We've learned by asking parents from families all over Australia that there's a lot of misunderstanding around. Almost all car seats, and particularly those that are sold in Australia, complying with Australian standards, will have a shoulder marker to guide anyone fitting that child into the car seat to say, does the child fit in this car seat? There are so many parts of childhood in which we celebrate moving on to the next stage, and to do so as quickly as possible. But this is not one of those moments. This is a moment to stay safest the longest by keeping our children in the restraint as long as they fit, as long as their size is compatible with the size markers and the ability to adjust that car seat. Eventually, there is coming the time that a child will be big enough that they are so big they can no longer fit in a car seat with a multi-point harness, and that child is now going to be going into a booster seat. In times past, the booster seat was just a small cushion which elevated the child. Nowadays, the cushions are not recommended, but it is the much larger seats options that are still called a booster seat, but they offer some head protection and some lateral movement protection, a safer option for our children. And now is the time that we do utilise the adult lap sash seatbelt that comes with the car. Now, really importantly, your child is not going to be safe to travel without that booster seat until their size and their fit starts to approximate that of an adult, because it was an adult that our lap sash seatbelts were designed to protect. In real terms, that is going to be a size in the order of 145 centimetres. And your average Australian child will reach 145 centimetres at 11, maybe 10 for the taller ones. We see half of Australian children, but aged between 7 and 12, travelling in the front seat of the car. I understand the attractions of that. You feel a bit more grown up. You get to control the radio, perhaps. But the cost of those meaningless benefits are that we double the risk of serious injury in the event of a crash. And for some people, we're going to have to take children who are now no longer using a booster seat and encourage them back into the booster seat. That's a challenge for the family dynamic. But it is also the safest thing we can do should today be the day that we're going to have a car crash.